like you think he's Igbo king in Ghana. He is not Igbo king. I just want to correct that impression.
Yeah.
He's not an Igbo king.
What is him?
Okay. First, we have, just like in Kumasi, or just as in Ghana, we have Otunfo as Ashanti king, right?
Which is the king?
Which is the king.
Yes.
In Igbo, we have our Igbo king, my people. And our Igbo king is in his throne. He doesn't, in Igbo land.
Igbo land. Okay.
Yes. So I'm coming to Emeka. You know his name is Emeka. The Igbo king in Ghana, Accra. His name is Chukwu Emeka.
Yes.
Chukwu Emeka is not Igbo king.
If he what?
What he is like, maybe you now, let me say you're a Ghanaian man now. Then you travel to Ivory Coast. Then this thing all started. You travel to Ivory Coast for the first time. Then you happen to meet your Ghana people in Ivory Coast.
Yes.
Then you be like, okay, let me be like act as a king
Towards them. Like how?
Like, okay, like a leader. Let me just say, let me at least act as a king, not a king, but acting as a king. Again, so that whenever these people in Ivory Coast, whenever they get problem, whenever they get issue, they can easily bring it to me. Again,
to settle.
Maybe I have upper hand with government of that country. Then if these people bring case to me, I can be able to settle their case, their dispute, whatever. And another one too. Since they are in another country and they are not in Igbo land, and they are also giving birth in that country they are into, and their children don't usually go home all the time to learn Igbo cultures, Igbo things, the way we do in Igbo, all the cultures, traditions in Igbo, you understand? So, but through that acting king, he's not a king, but he's acting. Through him,
he's acting as what?
As the king.
The king.
Yeah, he's not a king, but he's acting.
Acting.
Act. There's something
acting king.
There's something
like acting under.
Yeah.
He's
like,
acting under who?
Like he's like he just brought himself, like he wants to act as king towards the Igbos who lives in
that community.
Even do you know that Kumasi people doesn't consider him as their acting king?
Okay, now only in Accra.
He's only in Accra that he is operating. People in Takwara, the Igbo people in Takwara, doesn't support him. They told him that you can't just be our acting king just like that. You get because you have money, have upper hand with the government of Ghana. That means you can just come and say you want to act as a king towards us. No.
That means the Igbo people in Kumasi
don't support him for asking.
The Igbo king in Takoradi,
they don't support him. It's only people in Accra
that support.
Yeah, because that is where he lives. He lives in Accra. So the only people he will govern, he will control, are the people in that Accra. So people in Kumasi told him that if you want to be as a acting king, not a king, no, because we have normal king, our king in Igbo land, and he's on his throne.
Which is in Igbo land.
In Igbo land.
Not in Ghana.
Not in Ghana. If you want to see our king in Igbo, go to Igbo land, you see him where he is.
Yes,
so,
and that one the original.
That one is the original king. This one is just an acting king. Like you want to act like a king, just that word king. If you translate it, normal way, how it means. How can you translate it? The word king.
The normal king. It's like a heritage now.
The word king.
The word king are king now. I was even searching as I was talking to you. Now I don't go back again. I don't know if you go back again. Just continue.
So the word king, if you know, like translate to what it actually means, it actually means like somebody who controls, who settle or hi. There's a way I wanted to say it in English, but if it's in Igbo, I can translate to where talk.
Translate in Igbo now. Let us hear.
Onye ndu, onye nchekwa, onye abu inwe nsogbu. But they don't understand Igbo now.
Okay. Maybe
so maybe you can go and so that man Chukwu Emeka is just a acting king. He's not a king. We have our Igbo king. He's in Igbo land. If you want to see him, you go to Igbo land. You go and see him there. He's there. Again. So people in Kumasi don't support him. They told him that if you want to be our acting king, there's a procedure you go through. There's a lot of procedure you go through. It can't just be like that. So the man see that he cannot do those procedures. He withdrew. So people in Kumasi told him that it's only people in Accra that you will be governing, you will be controlling as your acting king, not us in Kumasi.
All right.
In Kumasi, we don't know you.
All right. Then that one, we don't. So they don't. So Nishima, you don't already explain that one.
Okay.
Yeah, that guy is so funny. They think they are
first
fooling
he said,
Ghanaians. They don't know they are fooling themselves.
so in
If
the
they
first
think
place,
he is doing
Angie,
the
I'm
wrong
coming.
thing, I think all the Igbo people living in Ghana should meet him and put some senses into his mind and stop what he's
Angie,
doing that he's provoking Ghanaians. Okay?
hello Angie.
What he was saying, no, I mean, he was lying.
Angie, can you hear me? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the first place, he said the guy is not an Igbo king. He's acting. He's an acting Igbo king. I'm a bit confused. I don't know if you guys understand what he meant by acting Igbo king. And to him, the other chiefs in other regions do not regard him as a king. And then even the Igbo king on Igbo land doesn't have anything to do with him. So I don't know, like, what do you guys think? Before I come up with mine, what I have in mind. What do you guys think? Yeah, Angie, go on.
Okay. Like I was saying, that guy, Sunny Media, he's funny. You see, he was struggling to explain things. If the guy is not Igbo king, and you guys have come to somebody's country, and the Ghanaians have come out and talked about it constantly, that means Ghanaians, we don't appreciate that. And you guys know that what the guy or the man or whatever he called himself is doing in Ghana, Ghanaians don't appreciate that. Why is it that all the Igbo people in Ghana, they can't come out and, tell the man that he should stop what he's doing because he is committing problems in somebody's country? I think you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I get you.
So what this guy came and explained to us, he should come back again. And explain to us, he should come back again. Because I didn't understand what he was trying to say. So what I was saying now, the man has to stop what he's doing. We have told him severally, we don't like that. We don't appreciate what he's doing. Because he's trying to bring, problems between Ghanaians and Nigerians, and we don't like that. So if his people know that what the man is doing is not right, they should go and tell him that stop what you're doing. Because when something happens, and then let's say we want Nigerians to leave, all of them are going to leave. So if the rest of them don't want to leave, they should go and talk to him for him to stop what he's doing. Because if he's not a king, why is if he doesn't believe that he's a king, why is he, in our 16 regions, he's installing, chiefs over there. And then he has a palace, right? In Accra,
Mm-hmm.
right? Uh-huh. So he's a king. But when he comes out, maybe he pretend that he's not a king, but he is. And we don't want his sub chiefs in our 16 regions. We want him to put a stop to what he's doing to, Ghanaians, because that man is very stubborn. When you talk to him, he doesn't want to listen. Yeah.
All right, Mr. Ben.
Yes.
Hello, Mr. Ben.
Hi, Raj. Thanks for bringing me in here. The thing that worries me is the views of Sony. Is it Sony Media? Is it
Mm-hmm.
right? Sony Media, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
It's
Yes.
it doesn't come across as a mature um,
Yes.
person or someone who is completely full in terms of information and the communication he's trying to lay out. So he was confusing himself. Now let's look at what the definition of a king is. A king is a ruler or an authority over a sovereign
Mhm.
state or a sovereign nation. Um, so, with that definition, straight away, he knew that there is a king who is in Igbo land, and he is their king,
Mhm.
and he rules over Igbo land. So, for someone to travel, someone without any royal lineage, to just surface on someone's land and call himself king and um, command the acronyms of his royal, is it Royal Majesty,
Yeah,
um,
his royal majesty.
his royal I think these guys are just a bunch of jokes. Um, it, it's rather shameful on the part of Ghanaians, and especially those who are in leadership positions who cannot draw the line between a lunatic like this guy and someone who uh, mean business, or someone who is right, an upright person. So it's either he has some influence on them to push them to accept his position as a king, or he's dealing with people who unfortunately have no brains, and sadly, that's our people. This is not meant to be an insult, especially to those um, who are giving him all the due respect of a king. But it's just to show that there's no what can he show me the sovereign state that he rules over?
Mm-hmm.
There isn't any. He hasn't got any royal bloodline. So he's just parading himself, forcing himself on to people to call him what he wants to be called. And it's his own right. If he wants to be called whatever, well, we can call him that. But do we have to um, give him that honor as a king? I think the answer is no. And also these guys who are saying, "No, he's not," but he's just use the word just just
A leader.
is it he used the
He
word. I
said
want to
just a leader.
no, he used the word that
Acting king. Acting king.
acting, yeah. The word
Yeah.
acting is what if someone is acting, he's given authority
Mhm.
to act, right? And
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
where is that authority
In
coming
the
from?
absence of someone.
That
Yeah.
means he's portrayed, yeah.
So if we take it from that angle, is he acting on behalf of the king of Igbos
Mhm.
in Igbo land in
Mhm.
Nigeria? Or he's acting because the people, the Igbos in Ghana, have decided to give him that role as a king, even if it's a leader. I don't know how a king can come in here, but if it's a leader, then are the people in support? And he said no, it's only the people in Accra, which to me it's a lie because we've seen him, go to places and install kings and all. Now this guy also go around saying things like people in my cabinet and
Mhm.
you know also claiming diplomatic titles as well. Now this is where it gets very very serious and especially for Ghanaians and leaders in Ghana. If somebody can set up another institution apart from the High Commission of Nigeria, set up another institution where he can intercept diplomatic information and people, then that becomes a threat. It moves from
Mhm.
being a joke to a threat. And this is where I feel he's crossed the line, and authorities should really start stepping in, because if nothing is done, it will become a bigger problem in the future to deal with. And at that time, it wouldn't be us, it will be probably our grandchildren or their children who will be dealing with that. And just like it happened with Ojuku some years back, it might happen in Ghana. So that's my take on this. Thanks.
Stella.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Misunia Sonny Media Kaya no like or chantro because Senipano onye kina adentina otimi store ni chiefs ewo ye 10 regions ni so
Mhm.
osi or to asase SID ni late Igbo leaders name etuso adentina otimi ka say me di mi festival ewo Ghana into me inviting all entire Nigerians, Igbo people to come. And real king so ho inti so si onye kina adenti na otimi ye we nyina ewo Ghana. Inti me ni omo ka say or act as a king and roro me no me hu ni sa oye king. And say na odi ni nsa si ni bo no unti mi nko bi cross so say me so me king. Oba Ghana say oba betena aberu king ewo country ho no mo ema Igbo fo no mo nti omo nyina nim so ye king nti ni omo ka no mo pretend because omo nyina nim adenti na do festival ni so omo nyina every the regions ni nyina na omo free omo
Yeah.
krom no ba ona say ni omo wo diaspora nyina omo nyina timi baby America and whatever outside country omo nyina baby
And that means say Okasa. So Oka said the other Igbos in the other regions no are not in support of him. How come say a Drew festival now they all come
yeah
and attend?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the problem. So me no like omu kan oye king. Into onye king adenti not me call ye leaders ho okohun police way okohun leaders way okohun leaders way like our role as a king in our country. So obetana as a king Emma Igbos for them. Into ni omu kan de omu dada Ghana for na or rule as a king ewo Ghana. Into say omu wa king ankasa ewo Igbo ho no de Ghana ha deɛ ɔbɛtena nti ɔnsa n'akyi nkɔ nti ɔno no ɛmfa ne ho nti ɔbɛru king ɛwɔ Ghana ha nom nti ɛno na kɔ sɛ yɛnhwɛ na ɔyɛ king ankasa yeah nti me say na me so me hu the role as a king as a is no king ada a movie na yɛhwɛ another
We are watching Nigerian movie.
yeah it's like he's acting movie or what for Ghanaians to watch.
No, they think they are following Ghanaians. That's it. Yeah. They think they are smarter than us.
All right. Only one missing.
Okay.
Only one missing.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Akos, welcome.
I was on
Hello,
mute.
Akos.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, okay.
Hello to everyone. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, Akos. How are you doing?
Hello, Akos. Can you hear me?
You know, Igbos have a saying. Igbos, right? They have a saying. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. So Igbos have a saying. I don't know. I can't speak Igbo, but I'm going to try my best to say it how they say it. They say Igbo nweze. It means Igbos do not have a kin, and that's something they all brag about. Hey, we don't have a kin. We like most Igbos in Nigeria. As for us, we are not one of those.
Yeah, I think I've heard something like that before.
They brag about it because, as you know, they are one of the most arrogant people ever. They go to people's countries, raise their shoulders. Oh, like they go to South Africa, you know, I have a master's degree, I have a PhD. And so they'll be looking down on the local South African men, just like they do in Ghana. So my question to Nigerians is, why is there 300 million people burdening every country in the world? They're doing it in South Africa. They're doing right now as I speak to you. If you go to places like Italy, Spain, Portugal, Turkey, a friend is saying Dubai, people don't want to rent places to them anymore. How come in Ghana? I can say in Ghana, we have out of the 54 African nations, there are other African people who live in Ghana. People from Liberia. Come on, Liberians had a civil war. They came to live in Ghana for many years. They didn't trouble us. There are so many people from Ivory Coast. You don't ever hear an Ivorian doing any crime in Ghana. But and then whenever you mention it, they feel offended. Oh, you're picking on that. No, we are not going to put up with that bullshit anymore. This is who said excuses. There be more excuses. Oh, Ghanaians are picking on us. Ghanaians are doing this. No. Because 1 inch, they'll take a mile. Ghana. You're not granted you're married to a Ghanaian, but you still have to respect her. Even the simple fact that you even decided to call yourself a king in another man's land, that alone is a disrespect in itself. What you say? Ghana, why not Timmy friend who or call Nigeria friend who I'm a king, my Timmy, me be Timmy village, or be at me? That is so disrespectful. Intimidate me, authorities, you know.
Yeah, of course. So according to him, whenever he's talking about his kingship, it states that he is a diaspora king. I don't know if you get.
We don't care. Like, we don't care whether diaspora king or whether we. Okay, who the king are the king of fear? Don't be coming to sit on social media broadcasting. I'm a king and carry your shoulder. You are not a king in Ghana. You are a foreigner. You will always be a foreigner. Even if you live in Ghana 1,000 years and you get a Ghanaian passport, we will not accept you as a Ghanaian. First and foremost, I didn't Nigeria for no. All these years, how we had freedom fighters back in the day. We had Nkrumah, we had Lumumba from DRC, we had Nelson Mandela. So many freedom fighters always fighting for the freedom of their future generation, right? and they shed blood and people died. And now, as we speak in 2025, Ghana for this type of peace and freedom that we all brag about, that people from all across the world respect us, right? I didn't Nigeria for once in their freaking lives. Why don't they unite? And their bad governance now in Nigeria now for almost 67 years in Timuni Kania. More your friend is saying 419 scamming, kidnapping. A couple of months ago, now Sofos are saying Wako all that nonsense. Why can't you guys rally together? Like, you see how the Kenyans, what the Kenyans youth did last year, 2024, made me realize Nigerians are the weakest and the most coward country in the whole wide world. Because if the Nigerian youth Kenyan youth relentlessly did that on the streets, we all saw it on social media for days and weeks on end, because they are having bad governance and their root or no mompe. I did a Nigerian for Muntiminesa. Look where end SARS in 2020. You did it for like a week. All they did was all they had was their iPhones, standing on social media and taking a picture with Davido and taking a picture with You know what I'm saying? Freedom is not handled on a silver platter. You fight for it. People are going to die. Regardless, do it. Someone to mean get together. So split the fuck up into 3 countries. Do Igbo land, do Yoruba land, do up north, whether it's middle belt. And split no be a huntono, because 300 people way the country is sinking and they want to burden the rest of Africa, and we will not accept it. Nigeria is the only reason why I don't want United Africa as much as Nkrumah wanted, because yes, our United Africa now, Sankofa will be the biggest burden on everybody. You claim you are the smartest. Yeah, you are smart. If you go to New York, you go to California, they have all the doctors and all this smartest in your brain. Why can't you fix your fucking country and try to be more burden? Ghanaians, we will not accept that Igbo king or whatever. Or we will not allow our forefathers to
It's better we go the diplomatic way than,
Yes, because our leaders are just being lenient, and I feel that monies are exchanging hands. You understand what I'm saying? Money. Oh, and almost a week. I mean, take an example of what this knee. I'm not going to pick on knee because he celebrated his birthday, whatever. But the fact that you invited all these celebrities from Nigeria, people you've never met, and I can tell you a fact, he never met them. He just brought them in for bragging rights by going through Bolare to invite all these people, paying them $3,000 each. Why would you do that? Into almost say, Ghana for few say, we are celebrities since you are events. And then nobody who say Ghana for we are timid, we are weak, and they take our leniency to be our weakness, and we are not weak. About 1 second, I will tell you to your face.
Two years I think actresses were invited. Can you hear me? Yeah, Mr. Charles, I'll come to you, please.
Yeah.
So actresses were invited to, I think, some award in Nigeria also.
Right.
Yeah, and only for them to get there and realize that even the ticket they bought for them was fake. Like, it was fake tickets. They were stranded at the airport. They made a fool out of them. Seriously, and they were forced to come back. They couldn't even attend the program. They had to return back to Ghana. And we have actresses like Akofa.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that you are inviting me with an all-expense paid trip, invitation, and then I end up stranded at the airport. It doesn't work that way. Like I said, I had a lot of things to do. I missed the movie sets, a feature film by a colleague. I missed a short film. I missed an awards night that I was nominated. I missed going for my movie premiere. The embarrassment, Nana Frema, the embarrassment We stood at the airport for hours, and everyone, we were just so lucky that we went with media people, all right, but you know, they were also found in that state, so I don't know if any of them, you know, was able to capture anything, but it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. Why would they do that? Abdul Salam Yakubu. Sorry, Mumuni. Abdul Salam. Julia Pia. Just name them. A whole lot. Akofa, Jenny. I mean, just name them. Name them. Our big filmmakers. We were stranded at the airport. And I bet you na ye tree a bag ase. Na ye di ko ye fie. And we had to even let those who were on their way, you know, go back home, because don't come and face this embarrassment. Please go home. People change their monies into naira, dollars, and what have you. Nana Frema. Sis, is very, very sad. So I want to know, Ama Awards, it's been 20 years. What is happening? Who is responsible? Honestly, I was like, Madam Peace will be turning in her grave. May her soul rest in peace. Because what is this? What is this?
Yeah, Mary Sappho and all that. They were so mad. I know what you're talking about. And even Nanama Mike Brown also went there. They treated her
Yes.
very bad. So always she
Yeah.
talks about it. Yeah, they don't respect Ghanaians.
Yes,
That's it.
Yeah.
They don't.
And you put up a party and you call even those that are their careers are even dead as at now.
Yes.
Oh God.
And I asked a Nigerian.
This is how we made them look superior.
Yes.
You hold a party without these people, like
Brian Niyama ne party na birthday party na yeah no. And I mean Musalata for no. You know who retarded me sa omusi free premu a omusi so omu baby. And I no pamene na mu a me who highlights ni bia. Me who retarded make ni iniedo. And I Ramsey no wa no post as you be control say. So you see why Brent Agafa was overdressed. See the Nigerians looking simple and classy. Rita Dominic Saturday na nation we kala tenini invite no birthday party and na nkwa be hwe hwe ni do ho Rams no akwa dia so oboban e wa yi internet ma hwe panana we panana ma yesa movie ne da Rams no watade e hwe no ase o join it band abrofo band ya tete abrofo band yo mo nenam hippie group ni bi no and no na hwe no because Benita Gafa the ofade ni serious because he was supposed to be serious. And another for it don't bend in Namwo. Like we give them too much credit for it. Ghana for you be a person Nigeria for by you chill more cabeza. Ask yourself. Say he's here no TikTok here. You say why here he's everywhere Ghana be a bomb friend. But I say Wesley Kess, Nisa boys no so Ghana they started TikTok way. But I say everything in Nigeria no almost from. I said, I'm not collaborating like once or twice before some couple of a year, but these are also our best TikTok stars. In my fear, your Q&A, Samuina, and Kalata Finance to be beyond Bianca, they should consider them and also bring them there. But here you be Bianca Kukro, you be Bianca, shall your retardon make a tadia coffee free airport, one shadow, not a class in person, dear, top to their shadow or the non party national. Because I'm for a serious, not Benedict Akava address be fitting the occasion now. You got a nerve to trust her. And Benitagafa was overdressed. So why the child say we have overdressed or you invite to a party, Benitagafa. Now one no true can see us your own. Muda mama yan sacha brani we wo fra me na ka this kind mama ka bon ko fam dem be ba wasie ka be shock e ukra alaka fo wi jaki apia just in the man sin ko fa kakra bi o mama kan yo mu fa yan hwe mu obia ene so mo so say na twa mu ka kire.
You know, I asked a Nigerian once, many years ago. We were flatmates in University of Hertfordshire, UK, I say. And I asked her, now, why do you always kind of like look down on Ghanaians? Also, back in the day, you guys were maids and watchmen in Nigeria when Nigeria was doing well. And into so deep down they are jealous. So all these
Yeah.
friends saying all these bloggers who are they
They
say
are
there's about
jealous.
100 bloggers. There are about 100 bloggers are almost every single day talking about Ghana on TikTok.
Yeah.
As they are jealous. They are
Yeah.
really
Mm,
deep down, like
mm.
small Ghana, even a small Ghana.
Can,
So the
can I
major, so we should be very,
Mm.
very, very, very careful. Whenever
can I
their celebrities come, see how our youth rally and go meet them at the airport. As a man who some Denzel Washington be. I said, what they don't oh gosh. But we should also educate our kids, right? One day I was speaking to my niece. I was like, she's about 16. I'm like, so who do you want to marry when I was as for me, when I grow up, I want to marry a Nigerian. Wouldn't they tell Kasa because of the movies she watched? See all this handsome guy, me computer, where Jimmy wouldn't answer. Oh, so we should really educate our kids that we are different type of breed. We are different people. We are raised humble with respect. This is how we do our things. So do not let these fools and these born criminals influence you in any way. We are Ghanaians. They are Nigerian. We are close to somebody. Ivorians don't say we are closer
Yeah.
to because we are blood siblings. Ivorian for just said because of colonization, they
That's
speak French, we speak English, and so we don't communicate as much. So Anna Nigeria for my years social media, and we are the same. No, we are not the same. We don't have your
Mhm.
characters. Everybody.
Akos,
It's
sorry.
mhm.
Akos, do you know, my main can answer me
Alright.
briefly. Do you know the unim dia obeye?
Oh, no,
So that obe them crana
I'll
to
tell
be
me for
free
me
one.
so.
Oh,
I'll tell
sir,
me for me.
omo meba
Me too.
I even say rush meba.
Mhm.
Oh, sir, I always tell my kids to say I don't want to see any Nigerian in my house. I
Yes.
don't care what they say.
Mhm.
So what I do is when I see them,
Is it,
doing rituals, killing people and all
let's
that,
not make it.
Right.
then you show it to them.
Let's
Yes.
not
Then they
make
will
it
know
look
who
like
they are.
Oh,
we are.
sister, what's my catcher rush? What I'm going to do in April, I'm launching a website. Well, I'll give permission to just a few group of people to log in. I will not make it public yet until I have a lot of your evidence. The mail of that website and it said, Minya who said Nigeria need a crime or Ghana pet major video evidence. There are two websites and also Nigeria or any Kobe or Riasibi or Maya crime beer. That website will be strictly exposing Nigerian crimes around the world. The Abasi they should get the fuck out of Ghana. This is our evidence. They
Mm-hmm.
are influencing our kids. This is the evidence we've gathered for the past 3 years. This is our evidence. So they make sure, and I
Mm-hmm.
hope everybody else who likes to blog or whatever can do the same, because this is
Yeah.
too much.
Mm-hmm.
You want to say we are so getting more and more and
Yeah.
more. And as they are always showcasing Ghana on the TikToks and the Instagram, most of them who are there struggling, or goal and aim is to just enter Ghana by any means necessary. Now, yes, we young for more border than Jimmy for no. Say how much naira near the more no map no ma be rim. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So our leaders are really failing us,
Alright.
and we're not gonna tolerate it. No, we're not gonna tolerate it.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Alright.
To make a crowd make no.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Mm.
Alright. Alright. Thank you. Mr. Charles.
Yeah,
Yeah. Welcome.
thank you. And good evening to you
Yeah.
all.
Good
Good evening. Good
evening.
evening.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if you are watching from the beginning.
I just came in, so I only heard a little bit of about what Our Lady is saying about the Igbo king.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're reacting to the video between Mr. Manager and Sunny Media. And
Okay.
according to Sunny Media, the Igbo king is not accepted by Igbos in Ghana, all Igbos in Ghana, and that he's just ruling over the Igbos in Accra. And that he is even not a king, he's just acting as a king.
Yeah.
And then, according to him, even the other Igbo chiefs in other regions do not regard him as Igbo king, as they are king, they are superior.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah. So, what do you think about that?
Okay. The American say, alatafo ankasa no, me nka English, and American tree. Alatafo ankasa no ho, omu ti say owo. Omu wo two faces. Omu wo two faces. Mmerɛ bi etwa mu no, bibi si wɔ Ghana. Ɛna mede bɛyɛ mfatoɔ ho na mahu picture no clear. Enti na STC minibus bi ɛrekɔ Kumasi ɛna yɛkɔ rɔbo ɔmo. Enti the other ones na ɛwɔ akyire no ɔmo gyinae ɛna ebi mu twa ɔmo ɛna ɔmo kɔɔɛ. Enti akyire one Nigerian guy bi wɔ front na ɔyɛ call. Sɛ mo bɛkae a na ɔkasa. Enti driver no ka kyerɛ no sɛ ɔngyae call no na ɔmo aduru baabi a amboa bɛsi sa. Yes. Enti this same Sony media no ɔba bɛka yɛ sɛ ɔpɛ sɛ ɔinterpreti deɛ guy no ɛɛka wɔ car no mu. Ɔsi guy no wawari foforo. Enti wawari foforo yi ɛna ɔka ɔmo beginning asɛm ama nipa no ɔne no kasa no. Later na police folk ɔgye video no ni saa nneɛma no a ɔmo hwɛ sɛ na nneɛma ɛkɔ no. This same Sony media came again say ɔno guy no ka sɛ obi di wayɛ connection ama obi ɛna ɔde nipa no kɔ baabi na ɔmo akɔgye sika enti na no akɔyɛ mmienu wɔ hɔ. Wɔn enti otimi ho sɛ alatafo ankasa no a ɔmo nam no ɔmo di atoro tank mmienu na nam enti ɔmo hu na ɔmo nim sɛ woyɛ smart a na ɔmo adane ɔmo ano ɔmo hu na ɔmo nim sɛ wonnim ɔmo nso a ɛwɔ deɛ ɔmo ka. Okay, coming to the Igbo chief no otimi ho sɛ alatafo yɛ ebi mu a ɔmo daadaa nipa nneɛma ɛkɔ so nyinaa ɔmo nim na ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo bɛyɛ ɔmo ti sɛ ɔmo fo adeɛ ɛkɔ so no so na yankɔho ɔmo nyinaa sɛ they are the same. Enti ɔmo bɛba out abɛka sɛ oh we are mpene so oh wemu deɛ say wemu deɛ say wemu deɛ say. Enti at the end of the day no hu sɛ ɔmo no akwa bibi ti sɛ oh Sony media dey different. Oh Naija Mr. Manager Naija or different. Oh on this way but the end of the day no they are the same people. Aha say na yetimi ka say oh Yoruba for there omo ye calm Hausa for there omo ye basabasa Igbo for so omo ye basabasa omo kita the same character but omo teach omo mu in a sense say ubeka say we mu jo kakra na we mu no mu nye but at the end of the day no they are all Nigerians. Wahu enti alatafo there say onni momu a hu say no mutie mi no mu ne wo krom ha na ye shedan doso wa ha na utimi tie omo anum kasa ni nneama utimi say kro ni nyina ye di intro na build kro no ye di intro na wo omu ye di intro na erezi omu enti omu ko twa intro a enye omu ya omu prepare sa nneama nyina sa no mutie midamasi.
Rush,
Thank you.
can I say?
Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello, Madam Vic.
Sorry, I missed
Yeah.
from last week. I was busy with something and I couldn't make the time. Good afternoon all and good evening, good day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
I mean,
evening.
you just came on my feed and I said, no, I have to get on, especially speaking about that guy. No, me sorry,
Okay.
Rush. Me support to many animal makasa before. Takwano or
Okay.
you dubious or you liar. Yeah, there have been so
Mm.
many videos that and so many postings that he's put up, and I have watched. He's caught a triple tongue, not even a double tongue, triple and quadruple tongue. These people, they are like chameleons, like Brother Charles said, they are snakes under the grass. Yeah, they will almost back, they're looking for means to get a foothold. And once they get a foothold, they will show you your true character, which is exactly what the dubious 419, as Amma keeps saying, chief. He's not even a chief. Whatever he is doing in Ghana. I'm sure when he came, he probably presented himself as somebody than what he is doing now. How on earth, where on this earth you go to somebody's land and you become a king? It is not even, it's not just it's just to say, not Musa. Not
But
Musa.
he says he's a diasporan king.
Diasporan king, but who made him a diasporan king? It's not on our land. Uncle and the diaspora king elsewhere. Where is a diasporan king? And then also calling himself HRH. That is a people with a bloodline to royal, and that they are entitled to use that title. People who have a bloodline, or you are married into a royal, and you've been given a position.
According to him, he said when it comes to the Igbos, it's not by lineage. Like that's not how they go about it.
Rush. We have to preserve our traditions and culture. As the saying
Okay.
goes, when it goes to Rome, you do what the Romans do. You are in Ghana.
Okay.
We have a different interpretation into our royals. We have a different interpretation to our stools, leaning into our stools. We have a different interpretation in our culture. So he cannot come into Ghana and impose it. It's not paper. What do you say? Insult to us. Comfortable. He's loading himself over you, Rush. That's what this man is telling us. He's a disrespectful human being. Absolutely, I loathe him. And I'm sure many Ghanaians loathe him because he has no respect. He's not cultured. He was the other time telling Ghanaians not cultured. In Ghana, when our leaders are not doing the right thing, we have the right to tell them. Because they are our fathers and our mothers and our uncles, and they are our blood. So we have the right to tell them that this is not going right and they have to change their ways. How on earth does he leave his Igbo land? Everywhere, I've seen so many videos now. They are making demands for Ghana land, a piece of land in Ghana. They are making demands. We are very industrious, hardworking, so give us land. Meanwhile, your land.
Yeah, we're gonna come to that. We're gonna come to that after this topic.
Okay. Meanwhile, your land is 45 minutes plane flight away. It's not out of space, right? It's not in a space somewhere that you have to have several hours flight to get there. It's 45 minutes. Even if you take to the road, you make it in a day. Yeah? So how on earth does he come to Ghana and make demands on us to give them a land to build his kingdom? And he doesn't see it as insulting. It's insulting to us. And if we Ghanaians allow this kind of thing to go on, our ancestors will curse and punish us because we have not done what they expect us to do. For what they did, shed their blood for that land. It's a disgrace. Some media, I've seen so many of his videos where incidents has happened and a Nigerian is involved, and he comes around twisting his tongue, saying one thing and the other, pretending. It's a pretentious snake under the grass. They are all the same. Who asked them to come to Ghana and showcase Ghana? Nobody's asked them. Ghana, our ancestors did the job for us. Our ancestors ahead of us did the job for us. So everywhere we go, you mention the name Ghana and people stand up and say, yes, Ghana. And the first thing they will say, even if they don't remember the chief, they'll mention Osagyefo. Who the hell are they? Who asked them to come to Ghana to portray anything for us? Our job is done for us, for our ancestors. It's up to us to uphold the rights and the dignity and the hard job they did for us. Instead of us to so yeah, Jimmy, a good chroma. Come on, Obia be good chroma, no, almost say chrono. Almost say chrono. Yeah, none soon in their grave as we speak. Yeah, none soon. They are crying bitter tears because we, this generation, are fools. Yen Jimmy, excuse me to say, yen Jimmy, came Obi and Beckroma, no, and yet your pet. Obi Beckroma, no, dictative my near paying for the street in a hot shower or more. No more twisted. This morning, I'm a video be about the level of criminality, and it brought my mind to it. Say, these people, no, for a while now, you know, everything they do now, most of our big media stations don't talk about it. You see YouTubers like yourself and others talking about it, and maybe one or two radio stations will pick it up. You don't hear the big guy. Why? This particular guy, almost so much, he said top criminal, drug dealer. You know, the amount of drug they said they found that guy with, no, if he has hit the country rush, our children would have been dying on the street. What you are seeing now with people with trauma, no, you won't be. It would have been double or quadruple. We don't have the hospitals to care for people. We don't have the psychiatric hospitals to care for people who are roaming the streets not well in their head. We don't have the hospitals. We don't have the financial. Parents also need peace to look after their children. And our security forces, our law enforcement have watched this guy commit heinous crime, bringing a container load of drugs rush. What is going on in Ghana? What is going on? What is going on?
And after all this, when he was grabbed, even when it came to the publication, they covered his face, saving his identity.
This is a 50.
I mean, what do you want to ask here?
Because the Igbo king has told them not to showcase them. That's why.
No, it's actually the High Commissioner of Nigeria to Ghana who had a meeting with the Ghanaian authorities, and the decision was this: that I think Ahmad did a video on this as well, where they listed all the news regarding Nigerian criminals, and that they don't want that anymore because most criminals are few, and what they do is affecting the good ones. But the good ones are not, telling on the bad ones.
How come the so-called good ones are not coming out to speak?
Yeah. They're hiding the bad ones. So we need to put them all together if we can't differentiate between good and bad.
The thing is that you can't come to our country and come and dictate what we should do.
Exactly.
Exactly. We should be able to enforce our laws regardless, wherever you are. So who commit crime, they state it. He's a Ghanaian, he's this, he's that. Why should you come to our country, come and kill our children, rape and murder our children for ritual whatever, and then you expect us to hide your identity? What do you want? You think about leaders think. I was in Ghana just 2 years ago. Because Madam for Kaswa, Madam for catcher me says a man park me car far away from the fie, or say a boss 6 pair Nigeria for one see crying, one more spot, one spot in the middle of the road. It's who I went to see in time now. You can't pass.
They block the road. They
block the road.
And you see a few months ago there was incidents also boat drivers or these drivers, boat or whatever, Django or boat or whatever they are. They were going on taking rides, and they've been killed, and their car was stolen. And one of them, they found the car near a flower. Yeah, what is going on? The other, Amma also mentioned this about this Okada drivers that they claim that one of them got attacked. A young man picked a ride, and what's wrong? These people are not human beings. They're supposed to be in the midst of us.
When you think about it, your blood will just boil. I mean, how say what about Obi Chrome? You have the guts to block their streets and prevent anybody from coming or going until you finish what you are doing. What you did that? Yeah, you bet back or yes, Nigeria.
Oh no, it's me. It's me. It's me. And the same thing, you see? You see,
Exactly.
the
The thing
same
is,
thing, oh,
the
the
Ghanaian
same
point is,
thing, the same thing Igbo King wants to do, to build his community and then have only one way going to that community.
And
Then we
name it
can
after his
Exactly.
imagine
Igbo.
how
His
many
Exactly.
Igbo,
children they're going to kill
yeah,
them.
and the chief of it, name it after his Igbo ancestry. Did any of his
On
Igbo
our
ancestry
land.
die for Ghana? Did any of his Igbo ancestry shed their
You know,
blood when our ancestors were doing for him to have the audacity to come there and tell us he's going to build his community, give his name, his Igbo ancestors? That the level of disrespect these people are showing us is beyond me, and Ghanaians are sitting there.
I said, I mean, Uber Ghana, North Jolly, just
Media force organ ni hina no. Metimu se yempenimfo no a mudi anim no. Omo mboa Ghana kura, omo no mo se Ghana no. Omo se Ghana. Enti me hu se de bia me kasa se me ne wo kasa na se me kasa kirewa. Eya me kasa se Ghana yo man bi ye serious pa nka samre we. E wo se parliament ankasa no. Ye de band de to so. E wo se Ghana for protest etia ye parliament said ye koso Ghana no. Ye ni nji ho. If you say
a national
me
security
reason
threat.
why yes, your life no Ghana for your life at risk. Inti was say on my no your man penifo ne hu say so omo ndwen yen ho a yen e ba ma parliament no akulusu.
They said, now me person make a area home.
Yeah.
We have to Mr. Ube who are so blatantly from 6:30. The woman in I'm kind of so how?
Brother Minchon, no sorry, brother Minchon. You see, I don't much from airport runabout.
Exactly.
Airport runabout.
Exactly.
What you say? Oh, what be about? What is it? You Ghana for man, you know on the airport.
Them types must shower this whole call
make
ref circle a 300 no. Says here openly every area be that woman in am Nigeria for nkwa. And police checks and I didn't Google kwa any chair. They don't care. The police just I mean, oh man, what you have with your
Okay, so let's move to the you're moving on the next week. And until I make us say Ghana your man ye serious and cause sable we and cause say the parliament and say the band to so. Because you say penny for they don't think about the Ghanaians, they don't think about our future or our safety. Into here no say me who say Ghana for your near break. So mon drink and why drink your safety home. Because all these things that we are talking about is about our safety. So because into no national security issue no why am in charge and why yeah, the government.
You know what
they're not doing their work. They're not doing their work. And now, no. All the big question in same like person will take the law into your hands. Almost about attack you.
I have one suggestion.
Please, our parliament, they are there to make sure say rules and regulations are working. And say rules and regulations and any juma. Why am I blame I am putting upon a blame because all team let's hope everything shows so now life no is at risk. Now penina all what
I have a suggestion.
Yeah, Madam, come in.
Okay. Can I speak? And I'll be quick for a moment.
Yeah, please speak, but please let me quick.
I'm gonna be very brief, please. So this is what I'm saying. Instead of us complaining about our media not showcasing their crime they're committing, listen, sometimes we the people, we have more power than the people in parliament. How do we have the power? So we can use it to do many things. We can rally our communities Let's communicate with each other. Let's broadcast about the Nigerians and things they are doing. Everybody should have a lookout. So Parliament for the yeah, kasa you bet me you see a phone, you bet me a podcast, you bet me a YouTube. Just like they are making so many YouTubes as almost promoting Ghana tourism. No, yes, we are going to showcase all their crimes they are doing and make noise. I'll collaborate with some South Africans if need be, or more comedy and yes, we are kind of idea. Everything that we are going through with these people. So we don't have to wait for parliament. Yeah, doors yeah, never pay the day or more parliament for na pay the finally they're going to say, okay, this is getting out of hand. We have to say something about this. But we should not wait for a government to do something about it. We can do something about it. I'm not saying we're going to take matters into our own hands because yeah,
Me
name will
pacho
be
meet
fried.
me akasa.
Yeah. So that's what I wanted to say. Right.